Good morning and welcome to Fox Valley Today. I'm your host, Anne Vickery. Joining me is a familiar face and an old friend, Barb Nadeau from the Senior Services, and Gina Dunlap, who is the recreational coordinator of all the fun things that go on at the Senior Services in Yorkville. And welcome, ladies.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Good to see you again, Barb. I mean, do you feel a little odd? We're not changing places here.
Oh, it's always fun to be here.
Be on the other side of it, huh?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ann.
Well, we're glad you're here, and this is kind of, we do this once a month with Senior Services simply because there's so many activities, so many good things that go on over there in Yorkville, and that, in fact, I'm just gonna, we're gonna kind of, before we launch into, what's going on over there, off camera, we were discussing the fact that people work longer, people stay busier for longer periods of time, and part of that is because most people are enjoying better health. They just, like being busy. But Barb and I were talking about the fact that we are tomorrow people. Yesterday is gone. What's going on today? What's going on tomorrow? And I think one of the reasons that people really dread getting old is that so many people look at life and say, when you get old and you quit working, everybody first thinks they're going to enjoy retirement, but then every day is the same. What do you have to say about that?
Well, as I said a moment ago, and that's where Senior Services comes in. Mm-hmm. And that's where Gina, with all of the activities that she's planned, her schedule is so full that half the time we say, well, what's Gina up to now? Because she's never in
but
her
not
desk.
In a bad way.
She's across the room here. She's across the room there. She's gassing up the bus for another trip. There's so many things that are going on, and that's just on the activity side that I know. Gina's got so much to tell you, but then there's also giving back and things to do. So many people want to be involved in something meaningful, and we have so many meaningful projects at Senior Services and in other local nonprofits that partner with us. So if you are looking for something to do, call us and let us know, because we will be more than happy to give you suggestions. And again, you're volunteering your time. It's not a job, but you get a chance to go and just make new adventures. And
do you keep a list of volunteer opportunities?
Absolutely.
It might be helping out during the lunch hour. It could be
decorating for Christmas.
Just
helping me take down. At Senior Services, you can volunteer an hour. I have one lady that likes to come in, and she just likes to help me put up Christmas, and she does it. One hour a year, you know what I'm saying? But she likes that process because she's not able to do that at her own home. The big Christmas trees, and I think I have like 3 or 4 Christmas trees that need to be put up every year, and then at the end of the season, we got to take them down. I mean, there are so many opportunities that it could just be for an hour, or it can be an ongoing project that you work with us, or another non-for-profit that we have.
Barb, let's talk a little bit. I mean, we were talking about some of the things that you've got coming up that you talked about having a pie auction.
Oh, well, we do have some very special dates that we want to talk about. First of all, this Friday, November 17th, the pie auction is going to happen at Piper's Banquet on Butterfield Road. That's 1295 Butterfield Road. You want to get a ticket, and Anne, you've never been.
No, I've not.
I have to tell you, you have to call, and I'll give you the number. It's 630-897-4035, and that's the number for reservations. Now, it's a great price, and it's a great night. For $45, that's the price of your ticket, $45, you are going to get a meal.
Right.
You are going to get 3 hours of a beer and wine open bar.
Okay.
All for $45.
Wow.
Now, that's already a great price, but there are going to be the most amazing pies that you have ever seen. There are pies you can just go in and purchase a pie, purchase 4 or 5 pies. There are wine and dine where they'll have a bottle of wine with dinner, mystery dinner certificates with it. So there's a large selection of wines that are going to be available. And then at the center of all the action is a huge U-shaped table that fills the room, filled with pies. And these are the best pies you have ever seen in your life.
The best pie bakers.
Absolutely. I got on the center table 2 years in a row. I'm working on it now.
Okay.
Because I'll be baking pie later this week. So I was very honored to get to the center table. But some of these pies are paired up with golf outings, vacation outings, weekends away, just fantastic pairings, chocolates, but they're magnificent.
Now,
But I'm not done.
okay.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have our own Little Rock Fox firefighters. God bless them. They are the most handsome and delightful young men who save our life every day. But they will be what do I want to say? Hawking these pies. They are going to be walking around and putting these pies right under your nose and encouraging you to be part of our live auction. So it is hilarious. It is fun. It is delightful, and there will be a live auction for the center table of pies. And it will go up for quite a while. The crowd goes wild over these pies. They pay hundreds to thousands of dollars for these pies, and it makes a huge difference for our agency. These funds will help us continue on our mission to keep seniors healthy in their homes. And we're not done yet. You're going to dance the night away.
So a live band or
You are going to, no, it'll be a DJ. But it will be music. It will be fun. It will be exciting. It will be a little sexy because those firefighters are pretty darn cute. It will be, your live auction, your silent auction, your pick up a pie. You're going to have the open bar for 3 hours, beer and wine.
you can't beat that for $45
and dinner. Absolutely. So you have to call us.
What's
And you cannot come in at the door. You do have to have a seat.
You have to have a reservation.
You do have to have a seat.
What is the dress? Is it a casual affair?
People, business casual, dressy casual, yeah.
Right. And what's the most you ever sold one of those pies with a package for?
Well, I know that last year I had one of my pies went for over $700.
No kidding. And was it paired with
And it
anything in
was my
particular?
pie.
And what kind did you make?
I made the world's best apple pie.
Oh, okay. It must have been the world's best apple pie for $700.
And
No
there's
kidding.
pecan pie, there's French silk pies, there's amazing pies, just all sorts of fruit pies and cream pies and
Really?
Yes.
That sounds.
people are scrambling to be on that center table, and people are scrambling to donate their
How
pies
do
to
you
senior
manage
services.
to get on the center table?
It
by
has
the-
to be absolutely beautiful, and the pies will all be delivered Thursday evening to Piper's, and there will be a committee, a very small committee, including our executive director Betty Shaneholtz and our assistant executive director Mickey Miller, and just a couple other people who will be personally checking every one of those pies to see if it makes the cut.
Yeah, makes the cut is right. Wow, that does. Now, this is not the first year you've done it. How much money did you raise?
Oh my goodness! Now that I can't tell you off the top of my head because
But it had to be thousands and thousands of dollars.
It is always, and that's what we're trying to do. Every one of our counties has a fundraiser each year, and I know that Gina, when you've come with Carolyn in the past, we've talked about our Cheers for Years, and we've talked about our trivia night that we had recently here in Kendall County. But the pie auction is always in November, the week before Thanksgiving, so you can get your pie. You can have a heck of a lot of fun. Start your holidays, get your pie, and you're ready for Thanksgiving.
Now, we talked about each county has their own. This is the one that has out of Kendall County.
No,
This will cover all of Kane County.
All of Kane too. Because didn't you the Cheers for Years? Did you still do that?
It's our center one.
That's
yes.
the one up in Lake Olivia, or where is that?
That's
Lake
for
of the
the-
Hills.
That's for all of senior services.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
mainly our for our Elgin office.
Okay. I was to that one several times.
Well, I want to tell you that everyone who comes and celebrates with senior services says the pie auction is the
and
best.
that's December 7th.
No,
No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, November 17th. Okay, all right.
November 17th.
All right.
So call now.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, I want to kind of skip over here to Gina a little bit for just a moment. Gina, what do you got going on?
Oh, there's just too much.
Too much. You got to finish out the month in November.
And then start in December.
And then start all over again, yeah.
Yeah, so today is a pretty quiet day, but we have our social bridge going on. as we speak. We have our pinochle group this afternoon, that goes inside with bingo. What else? We have 500 rummy this morning. Tomorrow we're going to play beanbag baseball, which is quite a fun game. In fact, they've had to move us in the big Perkins room that we had there at Senior Services there in Yorkville. We used to be right by the receptionist desk, and now because we have so much fun and we've gotten a little loud, we have to move to the other side of the building because that's how loud we've gotten. So we're going to play beanbag baseball against, it's American House, or some people may know it as Cedar Lake. It's on Van Dyke in Plainfield. And we play them, and that will be tomorrow afternoon. And then on Thursday we have our movie club. So movie club, we are going to Herner's for lunch.
Oh, good. Can you pick me up some sweet rolls?
Sure. I think my kids are going to want the pecan roll.
Yes.
And then from there we'll pick out a movie. They've got a couple movies that we're looking at going to, and then we'll decide what the time slots and what will be best for them. And then Friday is a regular day. We will have our Thanksgiving dinner that day as well. And then the week of Thanksgiving is just a quiet week. I take some time to spend some time with my family, so it's just a regular week. And then we get started and we get celebrating the holiday. So on November 30th, we are going to the White Pines Inn to see their production of Scrooge, which I heard was a lot of fun.
I got a neighbor. You don't have to go that far. I got a neighbor that you can go visit.
Well, I live with a bah humbug, so he doesn't understand all of that other stuff. And then on December 8th, we are going to have is our Christmas party, and we're going to have Greta Garbo, the one-woman show, there as our entertainment. So we will have lunch starting at 11 that day, and then we will go on, and she'll start at 11:30 with her show. So I think that's pretty exciting to have her. Some other things that will be going on in December is on December 14th. Oh, let me back up. On December 2nd, we pair up, or we work with the Yorkville Parks and Recreation Department, and we do our breakfast with Santa. So that will be
that's nice.
That will be on December 2nd. I think it starts like 8 or 8:30 in the morning, and it's just a really quick 2-hour stint that we do with that. So that's always a fun day. Some other things that are going on for the holiday season is we are going to the Chris Kindle Market again this year, and that's going to be at the Napier Settlement.
And they were talking the other day on television how that particular Chris Kringle Market actually is as big almost as the one that they do downtown. Between
it's delightful.
Clark and
nice.
Washington there.
Right,
Yeah.
Daily Plaza there.
Right.
Yeah, I've been down to the Daily Plaza. The only issue that I always have with these markets is that they pack everything so tightly in that sometimes you're doing this. But what's really nice is that we go on a Thursday morning and we go there, and it's really not that busy. Whereas, and hence, if you went on the weekends, it would be
right. Or maybe towards later in the afternoon. A lot of people like to go out at night and kind of wander around and.
So we usually hit right when the market opens, so it's not that busy. And what's really nice is that I actually drive up to where the market is, and I drop you off right at the door, and then I go park the bus, how many ever blocks it is away, and then I come back, and then I come back with the bus, and you get right on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and everybody gets you're the one that gets all the exercise, but that sounds like a good deal to me. I don't, I might have to go with you on one of those.
Yeah, and it's a lot
time.
of fun, the different markets, and it's pretty well heated, the different, within the buildings. And then we are also going to go to the Starved Rock. We're going to do their Christmas lighted trolley tour. So we'll go down to Starved Rock, have dinner down there in the lodge, and then we'll go on to one of their trolleys and look at lights within their community. So that is our, that is what we're doing.
You know what I kind of like about this whole thing is that it's not just always a day thing. Sometimes it's a night thing, and because I can't help but think for a lot of folks with this time change, and you know very well it's going to get darker earlier. When it's dark at 4:30 in the afternoon, it's a long night.
It is.
Well, and Gina is driving.
That's right.
So you can just relax
So
and have a wonderful time.
those cataracts, just forget about that. I'll let
But
somebody
that's
else.
something that sometimes concerns our seniors, is that they don't want to risk that, type of thing. Well, it's really comforting knowing that you can get on the bus.
Right, get on the bus, Gus, right, and you just can let somebody else get you there and back and forth. Do you do any drop-off service at people's homes, or do you just bring everybody back to the senior center?
Usually I just bring everybody back. I've done some special arrangements in the past where if it's on the way or something like that.
Yeah. Or somebody needs some help getting in the house, or they can't quite get a ride back
And
home.
our bus is equipped with a lift, with a wheelchair lift, but my seniors don't always use it as a wheelchair lift. Some of the seniors have issues with the stairs getting into the bus. So I do have some seniors that get onto the lift and lifts them right up and they walk in and we do the opposite for them to getting out of the bus as well. So
Right.
it's really quite easy for them to get in and out of the bus.
And that's so important, because as you were talking about seniors getting a little bit more reluctant to go out and they're looking at a future that has nothing, that's where being involved in these activities keeps them going. We have a volunteer at our center that's in her 90s, and she continues, she's walking, she's talking, she's driving. I think that being involved in the community, volunteering, and being involved with the things at Senior Services has helped her stay healthy longer. I had lunch 2 weeks ago with a senior who is 97.
Wow.
And walking, talking, has a cane, hardly uses it, and is very, very capable at her age, but she's active, and it's so important to be involved in these programs.
Keeping that core strength that you can, I've noticed people who, when they have a problem getting up and down out of a chair, it's generally their arm muscles and the fact that they've not kept that core strength to be able to lift them, propel themselves up. And that's when the problems begin. So
if you get involved with the things that we have going on at Senior Services, you can stay healthy, but you can also have a lot of fun.
And so you're going to have a little time doing those crunches for a while. You'll get over it.
You won't notice. You'll be having too much fun.
Right. But I'm always willing to try to do reasonable accommodations for our seniors, so that way they can enjoy the trips that we have.
Yes. Well, and I think people don't really want to ask, but I'm sure, Gina, you've been around long enough that you sense when somebody might need just, hey, why don't you let me drop you off, and we won't worry about your daughter picking you up. I don't want to make it inconvenient, but let's just do that.
Well, and they take care of each other too. And they come and tell us, so-and-so's not feeling so well today. And so they make friendships that are so valuable to them, to have these new associations and the friendships and have people looking out for them.
Right. And every family has a little dysfunction. And I'm sure that there are times that those folks come and their feelings have been hurt because the daughter or the son or somebody made them feel bad about something, and they need an outlet to be able to talk about it and share and say, you know what, I'm not the only one that's ticked off at my daughter today, it's the way life is.
Yeah, and you can hear them cackling in the building about what my daughter says, and they're always giving us advice for our children and grandchildren, and of how we, this is their lessons learned.
Right.
So
yeah, you know what? Different times when I've had to talk sometimes to my kids, depending on whether or not one of them is speaking to me or not. I'm making a joke, but even to my own grandchildren, I said, "Do you think I'm going to give you bad advice? You might not like what I have to hear, but it's not bad advice.
Right.
I'm telling you this because I know this is how it works. But everybody has a life lesson, but until then, somebody's got to pay for this program. So we're going to take a little bit of a break and let the sponsors pick up the bill, and we'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Thank you. Did you see anyone drop this? You moved this? Thanks for helping us. No problem. You strawberries? You're welcome.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Okay, well, thanks for rejoining us on Fox Valley Today. And Barb, back to you a little bit. We were talking earlier off camera about Giving Tuesday. Explain how that works.
Well, okay, so you know about Black Friday. I'm sure you're going to be on your computer first thing in the morning, or not.
I need a new
you might be
vacuum.
out. You're going to be out standing in line to get in on Black Friday.
No, I'm not.
Saturday is Small Business Saturday, and there's been a lot of momentum to have people shop at small businesses. Monday, first day back to work, is called Cyber Monday because they think everybody is on the computer trying to get deals online.
I can't believe the government hasn't made that a holiday.
They should. But Tuesday is Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
So if you think about that, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, you're buying, consuming, and by that time you're going to be tired. So it's time to give back and say, wait a minute, what are the holidays really about? Let's give back. How can we give and make a difference? And spend some money over the holidays that are going to make a difference in the lives of someone else. So Senior Services is one of many agencies nationwide that are involved with Giving Tuesday, and you can give at hashtag ILGive. I'll
Okay.
give. Okay.
All right.
Now, if you go to our website, seniorservicesassociate.org, you can actually double your gift. We can get matching grant money to double your gift. And you can make a huge impact. If you go to our seniorservicesassociate.org, so our name, Senior Services, and then ASSOC for associates.org, and really just type it in and it's going to pop up as your first option.
Okay.
Get on our website and you will find a button to donate, and you can get a matching gift. So we are really hoping that you do that. Giving Tuesday is November 28th. That's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, from midnight to midnight.
Oh,
Anytime in that 24-hour period, and you can really make a difference.
well,
And actually, though, Anne, we are actually doing our kickoff on November 17th. So really, any time between November 17th and November 28th,
And
those
we will
dollars.
actually help people that come into our centers.
Right, on November 17th, we will have a table set up for the Illinois Gives for us to help you go on the computer and do that process.
that's a wonderful, wonderful idea. Now, the other thing, Barb, I wanted to bring up is Medicare open enrollment.
It's right now through December 7th, and this is really important because We have a small staff, and as you know, we watch carefully. We don't have a lot of people, but we have amazing people doing a lot of work. And Carolyn Clevenger, who's usually here
Yes.
to talk about what's going on with information and assistance and programs at Senior Services, she is taking appointments, and her calendar is getting booked up rather quickly.
Yes.
So you want to call 630-553-5777.
Right.
Ask for an appointment with Carolyn, and do that as soon as possible, because she is doing open enrollment. This is the time to review your drug plans, your Medicare plans, and you need an appointment with her. And you don't want to wait, because, as I said, December 7th is the cutoff.
And on that December 7th date, there's no going back.
No.
No.
Once it's closed, and you're stuck with what you got. Or if you're a new Medicare recipient, you may not have anything.
If you have any questions at all, you should call and get on the calendar as soon as possible, because, as I said, she's, really here in Kendall County, she's a one-woman show. You want to get in with Carolyn as fast as possible.
But I do want people to know that Carolyn makes her own appointments. So when you call and Carolyn is not available, you have to leave a message, and Carolyn will return your phone call to set up that appointment.
Right.
So the receptionists or the individuals who call or who answer the phones cannot make that appointment for you. You have to speak directly to Carolyn to set up that appointment.
And one of the nice things for our seniors, and for everybody really, is the fact that when you call Senior Services, you get a person answering the phone.
Yes, I know.
And that's one of the nice, unique things about our agency. We always answer the phone directly, and they will connect you. And that's a real comfort, especially to our older adults.
Now, how did you guys make out with the county board this year on your, on the levy?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
Neither one of us, we've been so busy with our programs. We leave that to Betty Shane.
Yeah, well, I know Betty, for years, and I'll tell you what, when she used to come before when I was on the county board, she always brought in enough information, first of all, to choke you, but she always presented it in the way that of the questions that, she'd give you the answers to the questions that needed to be asked before you could even ask them.
And as employees of Betty, working with Betty, we know that that's the way she is,
Yeah.
and she expects that from us as well.
So we really trust her to look out for us. She is actually, statewide, she is well known as, just the voice of wisdom, and she knows what the seniors need, and she's been at this for such a long time, so we're very fortunate.
Right. I just want to, before we close the program, what about volunteer opportunities, Barb?
Well, call Senior Services again and ask for Barb. Ask for volunteering. We get phone calls all the time. I get emails from folks. A lot of people just have recently retired, and as you were saying before the show, Anne, when we were talking, people retire, they think they're going to be happy, and then a few weeks down the road they're looking for projects.
Right.
We are partnering with many nonprofits in the area and placing volunteers all over. We're working rather closely right now with the Kendall County Health Department, which we've had some longtime volunteers there. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the health department said, wait a minute, I want one. So now they're scrambling for volunteers. And we work with the pantries in the area, other nonprofits. We have an opportunity to place volunteers in very high-end intellectual opportunities, as well as just helping someone in a soup kitchen. And people want to do all of those things.
In fact, Meals on Wheels or Community Nutrition Network is looking for volunteer drivers. Just one day a month is
Just to drop off, yes.
just to drop off meals and a smile,
And check on somebody.
right.
It's the only face.
It's sometimes the only face that person sees all day. And also to support Community Nutrition Network or Meals on Wheels, they are having their rummage sale this week, starting on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They just get a bunch of donations, and it's a nice rummage sale.
And very quickly, where's it at?
At 908 Game Farm Road, right
Okay,
where
right
they're
at your senior center. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you very much, ladies, Barb and Gina, for joining us. If you'd like to hear more, tune us in at WSPY 107.1. We're going to be there in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for joining us.